everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday. Good morning, my lovies. Good morning. So we have went to the grocery store and we got Noah had got a cheddar, a ham and cheddar sandwich. He got a Gatorade, and then he had got some Minecraft fruit snacks. And I just got like my watermelon water that I like to drink. And I was just talking about, right? I was speaking on how, because I seen some kids walking to school by themselves, but for me, it's the distance that some of these kids gotta walk to school. I think it's dangerous because nowadays people will take your child and won't even care. So I don't know. I think it's sad, like, because when in my generation, like, we could walk to school, but it used to be about, hell, we lived in a house like freaking 20 people, so damn near like 10 kids walking to school together. I'm not gonna lie, I miss back in the day, like when everything was just cool and just chill, wasn't really no problems, you could talk things out. I miss it, now you can't even say good morning without to feel like somebody about to cuss you out. I just wish like things could go back to the way like they used to be, how when everything was like real cool, real calm, real chill. Now it's not like that no more. I really genuinely miss the way things used to be back then. I do. I wish people could still be on that same type of, just energy, if anything. But it ain't like that no more. So it don't matter. My love, where's you going? Like me. Alright, can you hear and or see me now, Jason? I had a good, slightly good morning with my son. We got up. I had to go somewhere to do something real quick, and then we went to the grocery store. I had got him a little breakfast sandwich real quick, and I got myself a little breakfast sandwich. And then, excuse me, then we went to his school, and we just kind of sat there. And I asked him, I said, "No, do you want to go to the park?" I asked him a few times. Oh my, I don't know, no, no. I even parked at park. And I said, do you want to go? He was like, no, Ma. He was like, I don't know. And I was like, are you just let me know? He was like, no, Ma, I don't want to go. I said, okay, cool. So I turned directly at the school instead of the park. And it's a good little hump road to the park. He seen his friends. Oh, Ma, I want to go to the park. I said, boo, Because me trying to go through all that traffic and everything, I'm like, no. And then mind you, like, that's why I leave early, because I leave early that way. Just in case if he does want to play at the park, he can play. That's really my original reason for me leaving the park early. I mean, to his school early, so he could play. think that in the winter time, I feel like in the winter time I lose more hours, and I feel like in the then again, when the kids got summer vacation, I make more because I stay at work more. During the winter, I feel probably make less even though I'm at work because, you know, pertaining to driving and the weather, you have to call out or something like that. So I feel like in the winter I make less and in the summer I make more. But the kids have summer vacation. Can y'all hear me and see me or no? I'm done with this. I still got a little bit of time before I gotta fucking work. Tired. Hi, Eric. Hello. There's been a lot of guys named Eric on here lately. I don't think I'm gonna wear my glasses today. I think I'm just gonna. You know what I noticed? That men from my past are trying to come back, and I was like, no, no, thank you. Certain things I'm just not tolerating. So that's why I was like, you know, nah, I'm good, I'm straight. And it's funny because 2 of them had hit me up yesterday, and I was like, shocking. And one of them needed something. I was like, you know, no. I was like, you know, you can figure that out by yourself on your own. And I was like, you know, good luck. You know, I'm pretty sure he figured it out. He's a very, very educated man. I will always give him that. That man will always figure it out. Second person was like, what did he say? He was like, do I come across your mind? I was like, no. I was like, no. He was like, thanks for your honesty. I said, you're welcome. I was like, you're welcome. He was like, if me and you was to work out, I said, I don't want you. He was like, I said, I don't want you, no. I was like, you're not for me. He's like, why? I said, because you're just not. I was like, you know, you're not the man for me. I was like, no, thank you, I don't want you. And he was like, you know, that don't hurt my feelings. I was like, it's not supposed to. I said, you asked a question and I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I was like, you know, nope. When I tell y'all I am putting my foot down, I am putting my foot down. So that's pretty much what it was. Like, I'm just not being nobody's doormat. So it's like, nah, you good. You straight. You got it. You, God bless. Take that somewhere else because I don't want no parts of it. Yes, you can ask me a question. Kenneth Bridges, hello. I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'm so good. Hi. You know, and it's funny because I told him, I said, it just feels good to know, you know, what I will and what I won't accept and what I will and what I won't tolerate. I said, the older I get, you know, I have an understanding of who I am and what I want. And I was like, you know, you're just not it, you know? So, and I was very respectful, of course, but I was very, very, very honest with both of them. I was like, you know, no. I was like, you know, neither have y'all have ever been a man. I was like, you know, no. I was like, you know, I know what I want as a woman. Neither you are it. Good morning. So I'm very proud of myself for sticking up for myself and just not even accepting nobody's, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like when I tell you guys, I have an understanding from what I went through to what I will not go through, I'm fine. Like, I'm good, you know, just unless the right man comes along, no thank you. I don't want to play. And it's funny because he was like, oh, can I come over? I said, absolutely not. I said, I'm not letting nobody into my home unless I am with somebody in a committed, serious relationship. No, I was like, you know, I'm not having none of this. I said, I'm not having none of this at my door, in my home, where, you know, where my son's safe space is. I said, absolutely not. He's like, oh, we could take no out too. I said, I don't want my son around you. No. When I tell you guys, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of it. He was like, well, I was like, no. You just, And I say, I was like, you know, no. You know, I don't want it. I don't want it unless it is with someone that is serious. That, you know, that part, seeing on 10, baby, I see it on 10 toes and 10 fingers, baby, I see it on 20. So I was like, you know, no. And it was weird because I'm like, why is everybody coming back? I said, oh, no. I was like, no. And it's funny because I actually told the second dude, I was like, I told him about the other one that I was dealing with for like 6 years on and off. So like, and it's crazy because y'all be so real with my it's so bad. Like, I be so real. Like, I was telling him everything. Hi, I was telling him everything that happened between me and him. Listen, I don't got no problem. I'm sorry, but I don't have a problem. My thing is, again, like, when I come in, I want to come in honest. Even if I'm not your girl, even if me and you were talking, whatever the case may be, I'm coming in honest. I always talk to somebody for 6 years, on and off. Like, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm keeping it a buck, so nobody can say, oh, I didn't know about him. You're lying, because you knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, everybody gonna know about somebody. Like, I'm always gonna be like, oh, yeah, something just, oh, yeah. Like, that's just how I am. Period. Like, I'm keeping it 100 with everybody, so nobody be like, oh, I don't know about him. Okay? No, don't start that. No. Like, no, I'd rather just come in hot, you know what I'm saying? But I'd rather come in hot and honest than cold and dishonest. So it's like, no, like, everybody knows, no. Yes, I don't care. Like, and it's not even a simple fact that I don't care, but I just rather just keep it a buck. So nobody, like, runs into each other and there's nothing awkward or it's nothing weird. No, because I know the last person that liked me, he was handsome. That part, Joshua will be back. What up, though? Right? And he tried to be on an adult level with me. I said, absolutely not. I'm not engaging in none of that because I'm not your woman. I was like, no, not happening. This man see me the next day, ain't saying nothing. I didn't say nothing. I kept it pushing. I kept it moving. God bless. Like, I'm not with none of that. No. You know what I mean? Like, just no. I don't want no person, none of that. I just don't. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta set an alarm clock for my job. Hold on. I set an alarm clock for 9:21 since I gotta be in at 9:30. But no. You know, I'd rather keep it all the way a buck with every single person. Like, I'm not. And that's the thing that blows my mind, because I can appreciate my honesty to men. I can't appreciate their dishonesty to me, because I think it's ridiculous. Or you try to sit up here and you try to exit stage left, but you try to be aggressive and pumping your chest up. Sweetheart, sit down. But the last man that tried to be in my face was 6'4", 234 pounds, and I didn't flinch. Not a, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, because you were mad at something. Are you like, what? And that's the one that passed away. So, you know, no, you know, you don't have a right to do. And I always seem to get crazy people. Like, I do. I always seem to get the men that are jealous, and I just don't notice it at first. That's why I'm gonna ask me, yo, you jealous or no? Because even if you tell me no, I'm gonna sit back and I'm just gonna watch to see how you move. And if you move in some type of way, I'm gonna be like, okay, you're coming off as jealous. I get crazy people. I get people that always assume I'm dealing with somebody. And the crazy thing is, I keep it a buck with every man. Like, I'm not finna lie to nobody's son. I'm not doing that, no. I'm coming in, keeping it a buck, you know what I'm saying? I get men that are extremely jealous, and I never even realize it, and are very, I would say, territorial of me. And It's like, bruh, you not God. What you, like, what? Because the last member, the dude I was telling y'all that I've done for 6 years on and off, right? I never forget it. This man said to me, oh, I'm not with you every day. And I said, mother, I'm not with you every day, but I'm trusting that, that you have a good woman in front of you. But, child, that's neither here nor there. That's to the left. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. Like, I'm an OG who is away right now. Food for thought. Ask, what are your intentions? Ask, what are your intentions? That part. That's why I be so quick to ask somebody. But again, I can't go off the first interaction. Oh, what do you want with me? I can't say that. Maybe as time goes on, I can say, do you want something serious? Because if you want to play games, I don't want to play games. Are you, and certain questions, like things that I've been through, I would ask certain questions. I would ask, are you a jealous person? I'm just being real, because I can see you interact with a woman. I'm not going to make an assumption because I don't know who this young lady is. So I'm not going to give you that energy because I'm not going to assume. I would always ask a man what something is than me making an assumption, then making a fool out of myself. I don't want to do that. Right? So I would ask, hey, I seen a little interaction. Is what I seen, is it correct? Is there something you want to tell me? Just anything of that nature. But I'm never going to come in, oh my goodness, I'm not doing that, because first of all, I'm not going to call no young lady out of her name. I'm not calling her no female dog. I'm not doing that. Because, if I don't want you saying that to me, I'm damn sure enough not going to do it to her. I'm not doing that. That's just not going to happen. I'm never going to disrespect another woman because I see something. Who am I to jump down somebody's throat? I'm not doing that, because either I'm going to get my behind whooped or I'm going to get cussed out. I always say the same thing that I say pertaining to people can happen to me as well. Like, I'm just keeping it $150 with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the biggest and the baddest. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not finna be doing that over no man either. So the same thing that I say that can go for me, right, can go for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Are they young men or grown? Well, I like older men. I like older men because I always have an assumption of, what's so weird? I found that younger men have a more stable mentality than older men. I don't know what it is, but I was like, yo, I'm not tripping, but I do not like younger men. I like older men because I always used to feel like, okay, they will come off as a mature child, but no. Hi, hello, good morning. I was like, oh no, I'm wrong. The older I get, the more I see age is nothing but a number. But I would just have a sense of comfortability being with a man that is older, to see where his mentality, physically, emotionally, all those. Hi, Jason. Hi. I got 2 Jasons on here. Hello. Hi, lovies. Hi, because you just staring. Hello. Like, how you doing? That part. Y'all don't mind my personality. It's all over the place. Hi. I said, hi, how you doing? Like, that's what I would say to somebody. Hi, hello, how are you? Somebody be like, ooh, girl. I'm a morning person, so hi, everybody! Good morning. This is literally good now, unless, like I said, usually, when I have a good morning with my son, Jesus knows it makes my day a lot easier. And when I don't have a good morning, I'm like, oh, God. So, we woke up, paid some bills by the grace of God. I'm able to, pick up some extra hours. So, I'm just trying to get my head above water and just work and just, be a mom and just be good. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't want no problems. I don't want no drama. I don't want no beef. I don't want no turkey. I just want to just live and be happy and be humble and have a balance. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it, boo. That's it. I just want to bring good energy. Sometimes I'll be on her, I'll be like, oh, yeah, my energy not there. And again, I keep it real with mine. So, I'm always going to keep it $1. And I tell people, I would rather be honest with somebody than to sit there and be in somebody's face and lie directly to them. I'm not doing that. And just like I tell my son, I would rather the truth hurt somebody than me lie to somebody. Because a lie can emotionally and mentally really with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Peace of mind is very important. That part. Peace of mind is important, and just having peace in your life, period, is important. You know, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was telling, you know, both of them. I was like, you know, I don't want nothing to do with y'all because you're not for me. You know? And I wasn't being disrespectful, but I'm always gonna be honest. I don't want nothing to do with neither one of you. You know, I wish you blessings. You know, I wish you guys nothing but happiness, but you're not for me. You're just not for me. And it's okay. You know, like if I see you, I will say, you know, hey, hello. You understand what I'm saying? You know, hello, you know, good morning, have a good day, how are you? Of course, like I can still be cordial. That's never an issue. I can be cordial in any room, in any room I move in. You know, I'm not gonna let somebody step on my feet and just be like, oh my goodness, there he go. I don't got time for that. Hello, how are you? And if you're with a woman, if I know you this type of person that's like, nah, you know, don't come up to me or with my shorty. You know what I'm saying? I can keep it pushing. Or if you're the type of gentleman that says, you know, you can approach me when you see me with a woman. Good morning, how are y'all doing? You know, hope y'all have a good day. I will engage the woman in the conversation. Baby, I am so grown that I'm so grown. You understand what I'm saying? I have a peace of mind and I have an understanding of who I am, and I'm okay with that. That's why when things don't work out between me and somebody, I can still say hello. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Have a good morning. Baby, I'm going to walk in this room. Okay? I'm going to walk in this room, okay, with my head held up real high, very beautiful, okay? Inside and outside, you will always get nothing but humbleness and grace from me, always. I tell people that it's not hard to do. You can speak, or you could just walk in a room and either you could say nothing or you can leave, just for your peace of mind. Simple as that. Would you still pursue that man if he had a woman? Hell no. That's something I don't do. I don't believe in messing up people's families. I don't believe that. If anyone that I've ever talked to has a woman, and if I were to see them, I would always wish both of them nothing but the best. I would never intrude to that. No, I would never do that. I always wish anybody that I was with, you know, nothing but blessings in their life and nothing but happiness, you know, for them and their families that they have coming up. You know what I'm saying? Or if the woman is pregnant or if they get married, you know, blessings to your life and, you know, to her life, you know, and I hope you guys can make it as one. You know, I'm never going to do that. Is that Nick? It is Nick. I would never pursue a man if he had a woman. That's not me. Because I feel like if you're with her, then you're with her. And I wish you nothing but the best. But if you're with me, you know, you're with me. It's simple as that. And I'm not fighting over no man. I'm not arguing with no man. I'm not going back and forth over no man. Sure enough, when I don't want your man. You understand what I'm saying? So no, you know, I'm good. I'm not doing none of that. That's not me. I'm not. If I can't be your one and only, I don't want to be anything, you know. And I would never put a woman in that predicament to make her feel, you know, that she has to fight for her man. This is your man, baby. This is your headache. This is your problems. I don't want no parts. You know what I'm saying? Keep that to y'all. I'm not gonna come in and interrupt years, time, understanding, you know, headaches, you know, the ups and downs. I'm not gonna interrupt none of that, because then when I get with him, it's gonna be the same thing. No thank you, because the same way you get him is the same way you lose him, you know. So if he's doing it with me, he's gonna do it, you know, with me to somebody else. So no thank you. Like, I'm just, no thank you. A man should be with one woman, no disrespecting your lady. That part. See, I like you. I believe that a man should just be with one woman, but I do understand that, you know, again, sometimes things don't work out, and I get that. I understand that. And if it don't work, my thing is, tell her that to her face that you don't want to be with her. Don't lead her on, because that would be annoying. A man can sit up here and be like, yeah, you know, we can try to work things out, but then you be talking to Sarah, Susie, Jessica, and you be like, well, wait a minute. I thought I was the only one. I thought we were trying to work this out. You know what I'm saying? So lessons I learned is, no thank you. You know, if it's not me, I don't want no parts of it. He said, I'm nobody man. I'm nobody woman. That part. The only man I got is Jesus and my son. That's it. You look cute. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, you guys, I gotta go on 1 minute. I love you guys. This was a good live. I'll talk to you guys on the flip side. I'll talk to you guys when I get out of work, and we'll see if I could go find my watch together. Thank you for staying on my live. Have a good day. I'm about to say night. Have a good Tuesday. Bye, guys.